Motor Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 5-7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 358 Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars. It's a Thursday night, once again, the season finale for the 2024 Coast to Coast Racing League season. We already know who will be the champion for both the fixed 358 and big block divisions, but we still got one more race on the line, and it comes at the Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway in Pennsylvania. This track is fun, this track is fast, this track is dangerous. Anything can happen at this very long, high-banked racetrack. Welcome to the Coast to Coast Racing League Thursday Night Thunder once again. We're so glad you could join us here for all the action on this Thursday night. Marty Sakala here with you. Well, we are tonight officially crowning Anthony Morano, the Magic Ant-Man, as our champion in the 358s and the big blocks. He has dominated this season, that's for sure. If you put 2 drops into effect, coming on in for the 358s, he leads Trevor Giroux 702 to 659. Finally, in the big blocks, Morano also leads the Philly Flyer by just over 80 points. So, with the car count we have here this evening for 358s, it will be very tough for Trevor Giroux to try and overtake Anthony Morano in the championship hunt. So, but hey, we got a good race on tap here at the Speed Palace Port Royal Speedway. You don't want to miss out on any of it. Beginning qualifying here in just a few moments, actually in just about a second from now. Kurt Schatz the quickest in warm-ups at an 18:77. And we're set to go with qualifying here. First driver we'll put on the racetrack, we'll put on the driver, the 31, B-Temp, Brandon Templeton. Of course, the qualifying times will come up on the best lap on the left of the screen for real-time updates. Follow the bottom portion of the screen. First qualifying lap is underway for B-Temp. Of course, trying to keep it high with the banking on corner exits. Also, you can keep her full throttle going throughout the corners. Where will Templeton set the bar here on lap number 1? 1946. As the time starts to improve, Kurt Schatzer to the top of the 1912. Hammer Down Racing off to a pretty good start here. Anthony Morano, though, to the top of the charts at a 1907. Here comes Superman through turns number 3 and 4, but Isaac Salas on lap 1 is 5th quickest. Was the quickest of all drivers in Sector 2, and he's calling a lap looking for the invert. Morano on lap number 2 off at a 1932. Alex Pomelo, better lap on lap 2 at a 1925. He calls his lap up. Here comes Randy Shreves in the 56. His second lap time better at a 1921. Goes up to 7th quick. One more driver on the racetrack, Sam Bachman in the 007 of the checkered flag. And a better lap, 1930 on lap number 2. 3 heats set this evening with 18 drivers. So because of that, Alex Pomelo, Randall Dixon, and Sam Bachman will start on the pole position each of our 3 heats. Glad to see we've got 3 this evening. The past few weeks it's been 2, so you know what I like to say, the more the merrier. So we're just about set to go for heat race number 1. It's brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, official team of the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Let's meet the field and give you your starting lineup for the opening heat. Alex Pomelo on the pole. He's in the number 397. Next to him, it's Randy Shreves, the 56. Row 2, Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218. And the Magic Ant-Man, your 358 champion, Anthony Morano. Final row tonight, Dean Reynolds is in the 79. And Gary Sigelkow in the 25. Pair of retreads making up row number 3. Everyone transfers into the feature. The winner starts on pole for our 30-lap feature. As always, let us know who you're rooting for. Hello to Mark, who is checking in as always for Isaac. Of course, a fun week to be a dirt racing fan. Or well, a short track racing fan in general, because on the dirt side, you've got the Castrol Dirt Nationals at the Dome and Gateway. That's always a lot of fun, heat racing. I haven't watched some of it yet, except for hot laps and time trials, but I'm hearing all that's going really well. And that could be a sellout. And then finally for asphalt, the super late models, Snowball Derby on tap this weekend too. I'll definitely have that on the TV Sunday.
Green, green, green.
So we're set to go. Green flag is out. Heat race number 1 is underway. Side by side off at turn number 2. Shreves comes away with the advantage over Alex Pomelo. Morano and Schatzer could go 3 wide for second on the 397. Schatzer had bobbled in the center of 3 and 4, had to left. Had some cars struggling in the back. Gary Sigelkow and Dean Reynolds, in fact, got reports the 79 car may have crashed. Oh, Anthony Morano up on 2 wheels. Contact with Schatzer. I think he caught the inside tire. And the 32 is crab walking. Well, we've got a couple things to break down here as we work lap number 3. First off, the replay with Dean Reynolds show you what happened to Dino. Racing back with Gary Sigelkow, and they just hooked. Dino was not fully clear, and around he went. And this is what happened. Ooh, man, that is a very weird stack up, especially with the way Morano caught air. He never even spun it, and that thing is crab walking. Luckily, in 4th spot and not having to drop to last. Best battle on track, though, for P2 between Pomelo and Schatzer. But I saw Randy Shreves right now in this heat race. 1.7 second advantage on Pomelo. Schatzer in the 218. Quickest car on track, 1917. His last lap, though, a 1932. Take a ride on board for a lap here at Schatzer. Show you the top speeds here. 114 miles an hour going into turn number 1. Out 113, turn 3. I would love to see iRacing scan Springfield or DuQuoin what ARCA race is on. That way we could get a good idea similar to on how fast the cars would go like the Syracuse Mile, because those tracks are definitely alike. So, Schatzer that last time by 1914. We're coming to the white flag though, 1 lap to go. Got sideways off of turn 4. As he has to catch it. This has been a dominant heat race for one Randy Shreves. Through 3 and 4, it comes to the checkered flag. And Randy Shreves takes the win. Pomelo in 2nd. Schatzer 3rd. Morano 4th. Reynolds 5th. Sigelcal 6th. Folks that are watching, let me know if we're going through any internet issues. I have a lot of frames dropping right now, but I think that has to do with the frame rate. I think that's at 30 frames, 24 frames right now, but that'll happen on and off sometimes. So, but moving on, Heat 2 brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. The starting lineup has the Bandit on the pole, Randall Dixon in the 011. Next to B-Temp, Brandon Templeton in the 31. Row number 2, the slide job row. Isaac Salas in the 5, and slide job Scott Rayome in the number 4. Final row tonight, Michael Vecchio, he's in the 247. And next to him, it is the 99 of Gavin Chatham. Field is rolling off here as we get set to go green. Regency Home Inspections, our proud partner of Brian Lawson Venom Race, and also the sponsor of our Open 358 division. 358s here are brought to you by Amity Construction Corps, proud partner of the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Amity Construction Corps, based out of the Poughkeepsie area, providing service in excavation, septic systems, trucking, power snaking, water and sewer lines, and many more. Winner starts the outside of the front row next to Randy Shreves. Green lights are on. Nearly 3 wide for the lead. Templeton able to clear Dixon early. Salas still stuck in 3rd. You saw him try to make the move on Randall Dixon, but your top 2 still door-to-door at the line. Lap number 1 is led by B-Temp. May have to cut her back. Yes, Templeton has him cleared. He follows the 31, hoping he washed up the track, and he did for just a brief moment. And you see, he scraped the wall there. Saw some sparks fly between wheel and Nerf bars. Here comes Isaac Salas. Slide job. Thought about the 3 wide for the race lead. Templeton got a good exit. Still in the battle for 2nd, though. Sends it deep. You can't go 2 for 1 at Port Royal, that's for sure. Big contact. Vecchio into Chatham, and around goes to 247. Back to the race for the race lead. Top 3 going at it, maybe even top forward Scott Rayome. Randall Dixon 3 wide for a moment. Again, Templeton able to clear. On board for the back of the 31. He's pulled away from both Salas and Dixon. Again, another kiss into the wall. Halfway home. Scott Rayome has had issues in the number 4. Not sure what happened. We'll take a look at a replay next lap. But we still got a really good battle for the lead. Salas nearly into the 31. And in the wall, the 5 goes, losing some time to B-Temp. Onboard slide job with a great exit off of turn number 2. Skitters once again, but Templeton up on the wall, loses a lot of speed. Gives Salas a chance, looks low, 2 to go in the heat. Slide job, Salas. And the number 5 is out in front. Templeton and Dixon having to do battle for the second spot. Real quick, a look at what happened to Scotty. Ooh, just caught the wall up in the air, and on his lid, Rayon went. I was actually testing out the car here at Port Royal, and that's very easy for drivers to do. I did that a lot in the test session. Well, you know who's going to win this heat race? It's going to be Isaac Salas. Battle for second. Templeton over Dixon. Chatham third, Rayon fourth, and Vecchio fifth, but Isaac Salas starts on the front row this evening. Jason Butterfield hyped up off of a Venom Racing Heat 2 victory. Heat 3, final heat race of the night, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. And here's the starting lineup. Sam Bachman on the pole in the 007. Next to him, the Philly Flyer Trevor Giroux in the 75. Row 2, Logan Wentz in the 118, and the Jokester Michael Vitale in the 213. Final row, Jake the Snake Henry in the 171, and Shaggy Zach Chapman in the 72. Here we come to the green for heat race number 3. Winner starts on the inside of row number 2.
Green, green, green.
Everybody transfers no matter what. Green flag is out. Giroux able to clear Bachman for right now. Here comes Vitale testing around the outside for the second spot. Making a chance to get it off at turn number 4 against Sam Bachman. But Bachman may be able to clear up a stay single file as Giroux leads lap 1. 3-lane steep, all usable here at Port Royal Speedway. Starting on the outside has shown the advantage. Michael Vitale all over Sam Bachman. The battle for P2 on board with the number 213. Trying to find some grip underneath, kind of like what Anthony Morano does in open 358 races. Bachman trying to get that low line to work in battle for the race lead. One driver sideways, Jake Henry, as he races Zach Chapman for the 5th position. Here comes Bachman downstairs for the race lead. Slide job. Bachman, he's got it. Giroux read it really well. He gets to counter it back. Good corner exit from Bachman, but it's Giroux that still leads the lap of the line. There's the slider from Trevor Giroux. Bachman can't counter it back. The Philly Flyer hangs on for now. On board Giroux. Up the hill he goes. Wants the banking. Ooh, almost got the wall nearly too high. Bachman with an opening. He takes the lead on lap 6 and throws in the slide job. Giroux tries to counter it, but it's very tough to cross over in 1 and 2. Easier to do in turns number 3 and 4. Giroux sends it all the way from the city of brotherly love, and Bachman counters. 2 laps to go here in our final heat race. Bachman by about a 10th of the line. There's the send from Bachman. Hangs on to the race lead for now. And now you've got Vitale trying to make it a 3-man dance. Great send from Giroux. Can Bachman counter? Took too much time there to try and react for the crossover. Giroux leads with 1 lap to go. Giroux shuts the door on Bachman. Now he's got to play defense. Use the slider line 3 and 4. Do not give Bachman an opening here into turn number 3. And that's the case. On board with Trevor Giroux. Bachman sends her up top. Logan Wentz with the slider for third. Battle off the corner. It's Trevor Giroux that wins the heat for third. Give it to Wentz over Vitale. Henry 5th and Chapman 6th. That was some fun heat racing. So let's step aside and go to break. When we come back, our first of 2 features this evening on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continuing here as you look from turn 4 here at the Port Royal Speedway. Isaac Salas, the quickest man on track, 19.2. Anthony Morano second at 19.31. Sam Bachman third, 19.33. Randy Shreves fourth, 19.34. Randall Dixon fifth, also with that same time. Tally pulling her off the track. There's the Bandit Randall Dixon in the 11th, 6th quickest at 19.34. Gary Sigelkow, not a good start for him when it comes to heat action. Got involved in that crash with Dean Reynolds earlier. There's Morano, 3rd quickest in that number 32 ride. You can see what he normally does in warm-ups, runs the bottom. Alrighty, here we go for the first feature of the night. Let's meet the field and give you the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Randy Shreves with the 56. Next to him, Isaac Salas, slide job in the 5. Row number 2, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux in the 75, and Alex Pomelo in the 397. Row 3, beatdown, Brandon Templeton, the 31, and Sam Bachman in the 007. Row 4, Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218, and the Bandit, Randall Dixon, in the 011. Rounding out the top 10, Logan Wentz in the 118, and the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano, in the 32. Row 6, Gavin Chatham in the 99, and the Jokester, Michael Vitale, in the 213. Row 7, Dean Reynolds in the 79, and Jake the Snake Hen and Slide Job Scotty, Scott Riom in the 4. Row number 8, Jake the Snake Henry in the 171, and Gary Sigelkow in the 25. Final car on grid this evening, cars to be specific, Michael Vecchio on the 247, and Shaggy, Zach Chapman, the 72. picks to win. I'm going with Slide Job from second. Give me Solace on the win. Let's know who you're rooting for in the chat tonight. The Isaac Solace fan club is here. Butterfield is here. Gramps is here. So we are just about ready to come to green. Next time by, drivers will get the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag. $18 drivers and 30 laps around the Speed Palace. This is going to be a good one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time tonight, it is time to shake and bake. Randy Shreves and Isaac Solace are set to bring us to the green flag. Who needs the dome? When you got the Speed Palace Port Royal, it's time to get it on. Oh, man, Randy Shreves sliding up in front of Isaac Solace. First time we've seen the low line get the advantage. Templeton stacks up the inside, and here we go. One driver up in the air. It was Chatham. Two hammer down drivers are involved, both of them. And we're hearing Jake Henry, Vecchio, Dino. A boatload of them involved in lap one. All starts with the 31 of Templeton as he caught the back of Giroux and stacked up the bottom. Look at Chatham up in the air. Right on board with a couple of drivers here. First off, Dean Reynolds. He caught the back of one driver. That was Chatham at first off for two. And there's just nowhere for any driver to go as he launches him. On board Superman, Kurt Schatzer. Michael Vecchio, he was in the back of the field. I believe he is one to miss it. And that was the case. One more for Gavin Chatham. You see how sideways he got. A lot of drivers having to use a quick repair early, that's for sure. Should be one lap to green this time. Let's try this once again. Shreves and Solace, row 1. Pomelo, Giroux, row 2. Bachman and Schatzer, row 3 as he kept it straight. Dixon, Wentz, Morano, Vitale, round out your top 10. Shreves selected the outside. We're back to green.
Green, green, green.
Oh, Pablo, no yaw in turn 1. Stacks up the outside line this time. Man, does Schatzer have bad luck or what? We're nearly 4 wide off of turn 2. Got messed up from the inside. Now look at the outside. Now we're 4 wide. Dixon Woods caught up in it. Morano hits a bump and hangs on to it. Meanwhile, it's Shreves that continues the lead, but this Hornet's Nest is off of turn 2. Dixon, contact with Pomelo. Everybody hangs on. Rayom in a thin hole, backs out of it. Oh my, we're nearly 5 wide off the corner. Look out, Rayom up on 2 wheels. Found a way to keep her going. And as they have their own mess, let's watch it near the front. Schatzer, despite the heavy damage to his left side, has got the hammer down 218 in fifth. Up 2 spots. Bachman up 2 and 4th. Top 3 drivers have remained unchanged, but it could change here. Isaac Salas underneath for the race lead. Slide job, Salas. He's got it. Randy Shreves, though, on the counter back. Salas could have a new fastest lap of the line. 1943, not the quickest. Randy Shreves at a 1942, not that last time by, but the time beforehand. And we'll see if he can get that low line to work. Ooh, Salas, though, up in the wall, though, off for turn 4. Nearly damaged, up in the wall once more. Shreves back out in front. Bad exit from the Super Dirt Car Series Venom Racing number 5. Shreves, oh, slammed the door right in his face. Salas was coming to sell some merchandise, but Shreves slammed the door. Now Salas counters it back underneath, side by side. Slide job for Salas, forces Shreves to take it away. Oh, Pablo around 397, and we got a bunch of them sideways. Sigelcal, Morano, Vecchio. No, yellow, and now the caution flies. You see Rayom also involved. He's lost the right front. Second yellow of the day. Here's what caused it. Oh, wow, that was very strange. Morano's car looks like the car just shut off. Let's ride on board. Something was going on with that wheel. Yeah, he was having wheel issues. Let's rewind this once again. You'll see what's going on. It is not normal for a driver to drive with a handful like that. It's like the steering's not aligned. And then I think something got unplugged there. Morano, if you're watching, send me a check. Gary Sigelcal's on board. Ooh, man. He thought all was right in the world. Well, we will talk with our champion Morano after the big block races. But then we both will, to help us save some time, we'll go to help us save some time, we'll move things with the top 3 and then talk to them, move on to the big blocks. Here we go. Salas, the new leader, selects the outside, back to green. Look at Trevor Giroux looking for second, 3 wide. Zach Chapman sideways in the back. Everybody hangs on to it. The Philly Flyer up on the top shelf. Can he grab the cookies off of turn number 4? He can't. Much more good racing all around. Schatzer low on Pomelo for the 5th spot. The 218 slides up. Logan Wentz underneath, 4 wide for just a moment. Really good racing all around. Now Giroux has lost second to both Shreves and Bachman. The 007 trying to pounce. See if he can take the spot away. Peeks underneath. Side by side for second. Big slider from Bachman. Shreves reads it well on the counter back. And he's got second. Oh, look out, Dixon and Vitale. Get together in the wall they go. What a job by both of them, keeping her straight. Let's show you a replay of that one. Pablo down to Dixon. Man, that is a wreck that was waiting to happen. We should be under caution, but a great job by both Vitale and Dixon to keep her straight. Back to the race for second. We haven't looked at the 5-lap average yet here tonight. Bachman slides up on Randy Shreves. Top three are just about dead even. Not really what you want if you're Bachman or Shreves. You want to be faster than Isaac Salas. But of course, when you're battling for second like that, you lose momentum. Great battle in turn 4 for position. 3 wide. That's Schatzer in the middle. Wentz underneath, Giroux up top. Halfway home, 15 up, 15 down. Salas' lead at 0.7 of a second. Schatzer trying to clear Trevor Giroux, which he can. And now here comes Wentz on the attack for fifth. Great racing for positions here at Port Royal. Schatzer gets tight in turn 1. Boops into the wall. Still 3 wide down the back chute. A battle very far from over. Wentz, can he clear? Not just yet. Saw Schatzer hit a bump with the right front up. And loses the spot to Logan Wentz. Maybe even another one to Trevor Giroux. Giroux's car is fading. I'm sorry, Schatzer's car is fading. We got a battle for the race lead though. Bachman has caught Isaac Salas. Maybe next time by we'll pop up the 5-lap average once again. But Bachman is there. Here's a look at the last 5 lap times. Salas has been slower. Bachman has closed in very quickly. It's a good idea of how much that gap has closed in. 10 laps to go. The 5-lap average is going to show Bachman as the quickest car on track. You know, when we had open 358s on Monday nights this season, it was well known for Salas going to war against Anthony Morano for a race win. Well, Morano's DNF'd after having, I believe, equipment issues. There's another FTM driver, second in command. That's Bachman. Ooh, though, Bachman up on the wall. Rhoda in turn 4 loses a lot of time. The lead now at over a second. And we're at the point where Bachman needs Salas to make that same mistake or for a caution flag to fly. Let's go back to 4th. This battle still hasn't finished up yet. Schatzer slides up on Logan Wentz. The 118 counters. Giroux looks to become a factor in this as well. Up the wall goes the 218. Giroux not able to pull the slide job. 3 wide off of turn 2. And this is also allowing Dean Reynolds to close in at the same time. Ooh, Giroux near contact with Wentz. Here comes that 79 who started in 13th up to 7th. He's your second biggest mover of the night. The biggest one, Zach Chapman, started 18th and 9th. Schatzer watch the exit. He gets off at turn 4. Dino able to close in at the same time. Now can he find his way underneath Schatzer? That's going to be tough. He'll need some help from Trevor Giroux. He's forcing Giroux to push in this case. Unless Giroux doesn't have a rear view mirror, then he doesn't know who's behind him. 4 laps to go. Good drive from Wentz on corner exit, same with Schatzer. Lead up to 2.4 seconds for Isaac Salas with 3 to go. Dino looking for more. Battles Giroux for 6th. Gavin Chatham up there at 8th. He was in an accident earlier today on lap 1 up on 2 wheels. A great recovery from him. 2 laps to go meanwhile at Port Royal. Ooh, went sideways, finds a way to save it. And Schatzer up on the wall once more. What's it going to take for Giroux and maybe Dean Reynolds to find their way past the 218? Giroux with a slider. Can he get it on Schatzer? Unable to. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Port Royal. It has been all Isaac Salas. Faced a battle from Randy Shreves, but when Salas took the lead on the slider, he did not look back. Off for turn number 4. Checkers wave. Isaac Salas. It's salsa time. Salas wins at Port Royal. To the battle at the end for 5th. Schatzer gets it. 6th is Giroux on Reynolds. Wentz took away 4th, but it's Isaac Salas, the man of the hour. It's the 4th win of the season in fixed action, 10 starts for Isaac. Tied with Morano for the most this year. I wonder if Salas wants to try and put her in the actual victory lane. Nope, he'll just put her on the front straight. Biggest mover, by the way, was Shaggy. Started 18th. He finished 10th. Randall Dixon got past him. As you take a look at your results from tonight. Part of the heartbreak, Brandon Templeton was not able to complete 1 lap in this one. He started from 3rd position, or check that, from 5th position. Well, we got to get your top 3 all in here. And so we'll start things off here with our winner here, Isaac Salas. Isaac, sincerely, I just realized I wasn't even in Discord. Since you're the first one in, I guess we'll talk with you. Take me through that performance. Bachman caught up to you one time. I'm not sure what happened, but then you pulled away.
Yeah, I heard him on the inside, and I figured it was time to start getting after it again. I kind of got a little sketched out up top in one and two, and then I got a little bit of my confidence back, and then got sketched down 3 and 4 like 3 laps later, and so I think I was kind of driving a little too safe. So, I don't think I've ever said that before, but yeah, once I realized he was there, I get it was kind of just like, win, records or checkers at that point. I'm not going for a points championship, so just wanted to put on a good performance at that point. So, yeah, it was bumpy. It was fun.
Seemed like early in the race, we saw a lot of in the heat races. You want to be starting in position number 2, you'll get the lead early. But nope, it was Randy Shreves getting the lead early. Did it just have to take a couple laps for your car to get up to speed?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you are up top there, it gives you just a little bit of extra boost, just because of how the track is graded, at that that certain point. Just get it. It's not like minimal, but if you beat a guy to the corner by 1 or 2 miles an hour, it's it's enough to maybe force the guy to overdrive and make some mistakes from there. So it's good to be there. It's just good to be up front. If I'm being honest with you, you can make a lot work by just challenging and those kind of things as well.
Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
Yeah, big shout out to Venom Racing. I'm happy to see Trevor and Gary here. Dean Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Tommy Gun Customs, JRB Designs for that beautiful scheme. Mission 22, RSN Trackside with you, sir. Top Notch Trucking, Shaggy TV, Regency Home Inspections, Coast to Coast for yet another season in the books, basically. One more race to go, but it's awesome. It's a great group of guys. It's super competitive anymore, and it's a whole lot of fun. Thank you for the broadcast there, sir. Mom, Dad for watching. Grants for watching. My my other friends that have been tuning in a little bit more lately. It's been pretty awesome to see some other of my friends that get to kind of come and support me. Kelser for all the support she has, and yeah. Other than that, congratulations to whoever won the championship tonight, and let's go crown us a big block championship.
Let's go crown us a big block championship indeed. Congrats on the win, man. Best of luck in the big blocks.
Awesome, thanks, buddy.
So Isaac Salas, your race winner. Let's go to second place, Sam Bachman. Sam, you had a good chance early on to go catch Salas, but you caught the wall there earlier on. What happened from your perspective?
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I felt like I had a pretty fast car, and we could have made a really good battle. But once I got up to him, I can't remember what I did. I think I went up top or whatever in 3 and 4 just to try it, and I clipped the wall a little too much, and it sucked me right in, and I about ruined the race car. But I got her back on track, and I was back 3 seconds already, and I was like, oh, I just need a caution, but that didn't end up happening. But I was really making that middle and 3 and 4 work pretty good, kind of cutting down a little bit, and I was a lot faster than Isaac, but it would have been pretty hard to pass him.
Where did you feel your car was working well tonight?
1 and 2 through the kind of like throwing a slider to the marbles, not all the way to the top. There was like a marble patch in the middle top, and then that middle and 3 and 4 was pretty gripped up.
Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
All the boys over at FTM, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, Dean over at Super Dark Car Series, X for Installation, Marty, you for broadcasting, and Coast to Coast.
Alrighty, well, great job tonight on the second place finish. Best of luck at the big block.
Thank you.
And we'll round out the podium with our third place finisher, Randy Shreves. Sorry, Randy, take us through your race there tonight from your perspective.
Car started out good. I was feeling hopeful and thought that I may have had something, and then Isaac got by me, and I just couldn't figure out 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure that's where I lost it at, and Isaac got by me, and then after that I was just trying to figure things out, and then me and Sam went back and forth there for a minute, then he finally got by me, and yeah, it's just this track and these cars I'm just not the greatest in. I mean, I'm okay in them, but I just don't know what to look for, like when the track changes in these cars. It's just, I think, my lack of experience in these cars. But I don't know. We'll keep driving them and try to figure them out, and maybe get them next time.
I mean, I'll give credit to you, though. You are off to a really good start. It's very tough to see someone start from the inside on pole, lead lap number 1, but you found a way to do it. You cleared Isaac off at turn 2.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, like whenever you're in front of Isaac, and then once you're looking at his bumper, you kind of start losing hope. So I don't know. It's I just need I think just more practice of these cars, and maybe give them something next season.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Definitely for sure want to thank Coast to Coast for everything they do. You for broadcasting every week, man. You do an awesome job. KSB Builders, Dylan Shreves Designs, and I want to thank everybody for watching.
Alrighty, well, great job on the run there, man, and best of luck in the big block.
Thanks, Marty.
Randy Shreves finishes third here tonight. We will step aside and go to break. Stay with us. Big block's coming up next, the Coast to Coast Racing Network. it's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a
bit of a hiatus, so let's get. Right when we talked about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network here at Port Royal, the Speed Palace. We're getting set to go for big block action here at Port Royal Speedway. Marty Cicala with you. Racetracks and Sunsets. Somewhere Dean Reynolds is happy right now. Let us know, by the way, in chat who you're rooting for. We'll give you a shout out live and on the air. I know the clan of Isaac Salas, the Isaac Salas fan club, led by Gramps, Kelsey, and more. Very happy on getting the job done on that side. So action is underway now. And sounds like we're having some technical difficulties going on with our little hotkeys that we use on Stream Deck. So we may be going without them here for the night. We'll just have to see. But take a look at drivers right now on the track. Harold Klump, newest driver in the lineups, have 19 drivers. We had 18 back in our heat race earlier on. Scott Rayom now also on track. He currently runs in the 8th position. Let's see. Those are the only two on this group of things. How about on the other side? Vitali in 3rd. 1844, quickest driver running laps right now. Take you on board with the 213. And we won't. Checkered flag is out. So we're ready to go for qualifying. 2 minutes for each drive for all drivers on the track to put up 2 laps. First driver to take time will be the number 4 of Scott Rayom. We'll watch his first lap, then switch to another driver. So Slide Job Scotty will be the one to set the bar here in qualifying, sending her through 3 and 4. First lap times go up here. Joseph Grandy, 1869. Scott Rayom, 1898. Trevor Giroux is second now with 1871. Anyone else come up with the purple? Isaac Salas does in sector number 1. How's he doing in sector 2? He's purple. He's quickest. He's to the top of the charts, 1851. Here comes Sam Bachman through turns number 3 and 4. 85 thousandths off on lap 1. Has a slower lap on lap number 2. Zach Chapman, 1875 on lap 1. Better lap, 1869 to 4th. Logan Wentz does not have a better lap, 1899 on lap number 2. And so I believe qualifying is done. Salas on the top of the charts, 18,509. 3 heats set for you this evening, which means Logan Wentz, Alex Pomelo, and Gavin Chatham will take pole position to the invert. So we're ready to go for Heat 1, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. Here's the starting lineup. On the pole, Logan Wentz. He's in the number 118. Next to him, it's Harold Klump in the 2. Row 2, Shaggy Zach Chapman in the 72. And Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5. Row number 3, Slide Job Scotty, Scott Rayom in the 444. And Michael Vecchio in the 247. Final car on the grid this evening, the Bandit Randall Dixon in the 011. So field is set to roll off. We've got everyone connected. Megan is checked in. Hello, Megan. Hope you're doing well tonight. Has Dean been choosing Syracuse Crunch tickets over you from what I'm hearing? I'm hoping she's taking you. I'm hoping he's taking you to games. I don't know, just because what I've seen on Dean's Facebook feed in the past few days, it's been all Syracuse Crunch games. I'm kind of glad I'm not at the Sabres game tonight after what happened, what was it, Tuesday night? Yeah. I'm not going to comment on that, just going to move on from that. Wentz and Klump ready to bring us to green. Winner starts on pole for tonight's feature. And here we go. Good start for Wentz off of turn number 2. Holds the early lead. Zach Chapman, Harold Klump in a good battle for second. Isaac Salas follows suit in the 4th spot. Contact between Vecchio and Rayome. Lap number 1 led by the 118. Ooh, Klump off the bumper of Salas. Hang on, outside line. We got a pile up. Oh, heavy impact for Scott Rayome. And Salas lands on his lid. That allows Wentz and Chapman to pull away from third place Randall Dixon. They have a 3-second advantage. How Harold Klump kept it straight, I have no idea. Take a look at a replay. Got in the back of Klump. And then got hit again, and what a save. But look at that, how heavy impacts Rayome and Salas took. Oh, my word. Battle for the lead, Zach Chapman. Slide job on Logan Wentz. Shaggy's got it. The door-to-door off of turn 2. In the wall again goes the 72. Counter back for Wentz. He hangs on to the lead with 3 to go, but now I think Chapman led at the line and pulls in another slide job on Wentz. Dead even into turn 3. Wentz to send it deep. Chapman sparks the wall. Great diamond off the corner, side by side. Chapman with 2 to go. And he shuts the door on Logan Wentz early in the corner. Ooh, Chapman in the wall for just a moment. But it was in the center of the corner, so it was just perfect. He has Logan Wentz cleared, and we have 1 to go. Shaggy hanging on off of turn 2. Just defend down low, and he's got it. That's the case. Wentz tried to go even deeper in the corner. He couldn't. Checkers wave. Zach Chapman takes the win in Heat 1. He's on the pole. Wentz second, Dixon third, Klump fourth, Salas fifth, Vecchio 6th, then Rayome in 7th. We go on to Heat 2, brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. And on the pole, Alex Pomelo. He's in the 397. Next to him, it's the jokester, Michael Vitale, in the 213. Row 2, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Drew in the 75. And Sam Bachman in the 007. Final row for tonight, Randy Shreves in the 56, and Anthony Morano, the Magic Ant-Man, in the 32. And no call for Morano on the grid. I wonder if he's going to start from the back here this evening. If he doesn't join, well, regardless, he is still our champion. Final update, by the way, in the points. Morano took the championship 758 to 719 on Trevor Giroux. Here we come to the green flag. Winner is on the front row. Next is Chapman tonight.
Green flag. flag, green flag.
Green flag's out. Here we go. Good start from Pomelo, but look at Giroux. 2-for-1 discounted. Turn 3 and 4. Can he get the lead on lap 1? No. Pomelo has it. Vitale still hanging tough around the outside as he follows suit with the 397. On board with Vitale as he gets a good exit off the corner compared to Giroux. But the Philly Flyer, quickest driver on track last time by 1891. But your driver in third, Vitale, was trying to thread the needle there for just a moment. Ooh, maybe a bad exit or bad center by Pomelo. He got a great exit, though. Now here comes Bachman to make it a four-man dance for the lead. And he's the quickest guy on track after an 1891. Pomelo, though, high, wide, and handsome. Has the look around the outside. Does he have the lead on Giroux? Not just yet. And you saw the Philly Flyer try to throw it in with a slider. Can Giroux clear? Oh, he's got a chance at it. Had no yaw for a second, but found a moment to turn it in. Giroux to the point. 3 laps to go in Heat 2. Here comes Bachman, underneath of the 213 for P3. Decided to cut things back a little bit. Giroux cannot pull away, though, from Alex Pomelo. Ooh, in the wall there, one Vitale. Bachman had to back out of it to avoid rear-ending the 213. This allows Randy Treves to try to pounce for that fourth spot. All 5 drivers in a great battle. 1 to go here in Heat 2. Winner starts next to Zach Chapman tonight. Half a lap away from it being Trevor Giroux. Defends the bottom. That's where Pomelo goes. The Philly Flyer takes the win in Heat 2. His name, Trevor Giroux. Pomelo second. Vitale third. Bachman fourth. Shreves fifth. Morano does not start. We now move on to our final heat of the night, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Here's the starting lineup. As Gavin Chatham's on the pole in the 99, next to him it is Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218. Row 2, Dean Reynolds in the 79, and the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. Final row this evening, Jake the Snake Henry in the 171, and B-Temp Brandon Templeton in the 31. Final heat race brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Big blocks are brought to you by our friends at Justified. We're green. Good start for Gavin Chatham off the corner. Schatzer follows him, bumps him into turn number 3. Both of them up the hill. Dean Reynolds looking to go 2 for 1, but lap number 1 is led by the 99. What a start to heat race number 3. Schatzer underneath, 3 wide for the top spot. And Superman shuts the door on Dina, but way too much of a scent for Schatzer, but he found a way to get to stick and keep it out of the wall. Dino's in jeopardy of losing third here to Joseph Grandy. We'll see what happens there. Ooh, Henry, contact with Templeton. Yeets him out of the way, and the 31 goes around. Jets are still hanging on to suit. Chatham up to P2. Reynolds through to second past Joseph Grandy. We've got 2.5 laps to go at Port Royal. Battle for third heating up between Chatham and Grandy. Oh, Dino up on the wall. Gets caught by the 518. Great job from Grandy from lifting. Instead of keeping his foot on the gas, which could have sent Reynolds out of the ballpark. And starting near the back. Right now it's a mid-pack spot for the 79. We're coming to the line here. White flag out, 1 to go for Kurt Schatzer. Superman looking to start third tonight in the big block. Grandy trying to get the low line to work for second. Checkered flag waves. Kurt Schatzer, the Heat 3 winner at Port Royal. Chatham second, Grandy third. Reynolds fourth, Henry fifth, Templeton sixth. Step aside and go to break. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Big event for Coast to Coast coming up next week for week 14. Triple 50s benefit night. We benefit Cassie Hine, daughter of longtime league member John Hine, who was diagnosed back in August with a malignant brain tumor that was successfully removed. But even with insurance, a lot of expenses that John Hine, the rest of the Hine family faces, and we need to give back. We've got 350 lap races coming up Monday. Open 358 mods at Fallujah. Open 360 sprints also at Fallujah. Pickup trucks at Daytona. We will count caution laps. Lucky Dog will be enabled. Everything will be broadcast live with Shaggy on Coast to Coast Racing Network. It starts at 7 o'clock on Monday. Normally I would be broadcasting, but I'm actually going to be driving in it as my dad also had a brain tumor back in August before his passing. So I will be driving in it as well. So everyone's open to join. If you want to donate, c2c.charity.us@gmail.com. Let's go for feature. 30 laps. Here is the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Shaggy Zach Chapman in the number 72. Next to him, the Philly Flyer Trevor Giroux in the 75. Row 2, Superman Kurt Chatzer in the 218, and Logan Wentz in the 118. Row number 3, Alex Pomelo in the 397, and Gavin Chatham in the 99. Row 4, the Bandit Randall Dixon in the 011, and the Jokester Michael Vitale in the 213. Rounding out the top 10, Hunter Grand, Joseph Grandy in the 518, and Harold Klump in the 2. Row 6, Sam Bachman in the 007, and Dean Reynolds in the 79. Row 7, Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5, and Randy Shreves in the 56. And in row 8, Jake the Snake Henry in the 171, and Michael Vecchio in the 247. Final 3 cars of the grid, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32, next to B-Temp, Brandon Templeton in the 31. And rounding out the grid this evening, Slide Job Scotty, Scott Reaume in the 4. Picks to win this evening, give me the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. Sorry, Zach. I hope though that gives you a lot of confidence and a lot of hype to go for the win. One lap to the green flag here. 30 laps for the big blocks this evening. Steve King Foundation pace car on pit road. Second time tonight that it's time to shake and bake. As we're ready for the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Shaggy and Giroux set to bring us to green. Showtime at the Speed Palace. Side by side in the turn number 3. Chapman with a slider up on Trevor Giroux. The Philly Flyer crosses over. Who leads lap 1? Give it to Shaggy. Giroux, though, with the slider, doesn't have Chapman cleared just yet. And Shaggy can drive off the corner, but Giroux with a great corner exit. You don't see that a lot on the bottom here at Port Royal, but Chapman pancakes the wall. He finds a way to hang on. Big crash. Clump up in the air. Dixon, Templeton, Vecchio all involved. Caution is out for the first time in this feature. Watch Clump in the 011. It's going to be Dixon in the 011, Clump in the 2. A lot of contact all around, and just a hook there with the Bandit. Up in the air he goes. Let's right on board here with Dixon. On board, Michael Vecchio. You know, something I thought of when I first saw the 247, I've been waiting to say this tonight. Are we sure Patrick Spangler's not in that car? Because it's legit the exact same scheme as Spangler's 360. I don't know, I'm just saying. Looks exactly alike with the black and green checkerboard. Gary Sigelcal checking in. As always, room for Team Venom. Hope you're doing well. Should go to green this time. Set for the restart once again. Chapman and Giroux, row 1. Schatzer Wentz, row 2. Pomelo, Chatham, row 3. Vitale, Grandy, row 4. Bachman and Salas round out the top 10. Shaggy selected the bottom here for the, excuse me, that was Giroux that selected the top for this restart. Shaggy fires, though. We're back to green. So I think it may have been actually Chapman as the leader that last time around. And that was the case. Ooh, Chatham sideways off for turn 2 in the background. He saves it, may have lost a spot or two. Good battle, though, for second here between Giroux and Schatzer, and the 75 is able to clear, and now tries to attack on Chapman. But, oh, my goodness, what a wreck! Shreves, Henry, both on their side. Vecchio, Dixon, all involved. Second yellow waves tonight. We saw the Leaning Tower of big blocks in turn number 1, all stacked up top. Let's show you the replays here. First off, Brandon Templeton. I don't believe that. No, this cannot be the cause of the yellow. Templeton catches the wall and rides it on 2 wheels. Lakesley takes him out of a chance to win. Randy Shreves is in the back of all this. Does it happen in front of him? Yes, it does. Reynolds, Vitale, Bachman all got together, and look at that ride. Henry nearly cleared the track. I'm with a couple of drivers. Let's watch Vecchio. Let's go Rando Dixon. It was behind the 247. Dean Reynolds. Yeah, Vitale caught the driver in front. Believe that was Henry. Nope, that was actually Bachman correction. Here's Henry right here. The ride he takes. Grinds up on the top of the guardrail, and on his lid he goes. We're going to watch this restart for the Chapman Racing drone as we come back to green. I believe our final double file restart coming up here. Zach Chapman, Trevor Giroux, row 1. Kurt Schatzer, Logan Wentz, row 2. Alex Pomelo, Joseph Grandy, row 3. Isaac Salas, Gavin Chatham, row 4. Sam Bachman and Michael Vitale round out your top 10. Set for the restart.
Green flag.
Great jump from Chapman, who holds serve. Still 2x2 back. Giroux with a great exit. He closed it on Chapman a lot. May have had to lift for just a moment. Logan went to the back of Giroux. Stacks on the high side. Here we go. Grandy into Pomelo. Big stack up in the back. Everybody keeps her straight. Let's watch closely. Make sure nothing else happens. I'll stack them up mid to the back of the pack. And we got a yellow. I believe it is for that man Vecchio, who could not get it towed in the pits in time to keep us green. It was good that Vitale caught Vecchio head on. Lost the tire. See if anyone hits that wheel. Yep, you saw the back of the field past him. That's why the yellow flag had to come out. Two laps of the green flag. And while we're ready to go back to green, let's give you the schedule for our fun week, week 14 coming on up. Monday, obviously, we brought up the Cassie Hine benefit. The Open 358s and Open 360s at Fallujah and pickup trucks at Daytona. That begins at 7 o'clock. Shaggy will have the broadcast for you on that. Then Wednesday and Thursday, we are testing out on week 14, Houston Speedway. Testing out everything, 360s, 410s, mini stocks, small blocks, big blocks, midgets, all Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to have a lot of fun playing around with that. I believe it comes out as well on Word of Outlaws Dirt Racing 24 too. So, next week in 2 weeks I should say, for our kickoff for the 2025 season. Actually, that is to be determined. Thought we had tracks listed earlier this week, but we do not. So stand by for that. Single file restarts here for the rest of this one. Chapman leads, Giroux second, Wentz third, Schatzer fourth, Isaac Salas started 13th. He is up to fifth, and it's only lap number 6. Later launch from Shaggy stacks up mid of the pack. But we're back to green. It's all clean regardless. He decides to keep the bottom working. Giroux looks for the exit up top. And nearly cracks the wall there. Look at all the stack up for third on back. Schatzer. Wentz, Salas. But this is the race we're all watching for the lead, as there was a car length separating Chapman from Giroux. First side-by-side battle is Chatham and Templeton in the race for 6th. Templeton may go 2 for 1 here. You get past Salas for 5th. Remember, there's a car next to him. It was right in front of him. Got to be careful of Salas and his neck coating sometime. Giroux, meanwhile, tested downstairs on Chapman. Couldn't get it to work. Schatzer trying to take advantage. They touch. But a great exit from the Philly Flyer. Slots in line. And now your top 3 nose to tail for the race lead. Make it top 5. Wentz and Salas all part of this battle. Salas looks to make it 3 wide though. 10 laps through in our 30-lap feature. Let's bring up the 5-lap average for the first time tonight as the battle is hyped. Drew's still looking for that race lead. Best cars on track are in 3rd and 4th position. That's Schatzer and Salas. Giroux has taken the 75 out in the front. And now Chapman's starting to lose some ground. Schatzer up to 2nd. Oh no! Big contact with Salas. The Booth boys getting together. And Chapman decides to lose a bunch of spots, I believe. Nice sportsmanship by the 72. He knew he messed up. Let's see if we got that pass for the lead by Giroux. We've got it right here. Just went underneath. Chapman caught the wall in 4. That's what happened, as the Philly Fire was smooth sailing downstairs. So Giroux's lead is now up to 3/4 of a second on Schatzer. The field is spread up. Split up a little bit after Salas and Chapman got together. Best battle on track is Salas and Chatham. That's the race for 6th. We're halfway home, 15 up and 15 down. Scott Rayome Started last. He is up to 9th. Can make it 8th with a pass on Pomelo, and he does. And just barely cleared. Gave him a little leeway just to make sure there wasn't a bad accident. Pomelo up in the wall as he catches it. Templeton under attack. Joseph Grandy for 4th. Slide job for the 518. Templeton has to left. And he got up in the wall at the same time. Not just once, but twice. More wall hits. He may get some wheel damage from it. Here comes Salas trying to regain a lot of spots and traction. Templeton started in 18th and he's up to 5th. A great recovery from the 31 after he crashed out in his, after a couple of crashes he's had, I should say. Got the wall in turn 3, grinded it, went around in his heat race. Grandy's on the attack for 3rd, takes it away from Logan Wentz. Meanwhile, Schatzer has cut the lead down. He has trimmed the fat to 0.3 of a second. Pull up the 5-lap average here once again, as the quickest car on track has to be either Schatzer or Grandy. Schatzer up on the wall. It's the 3rd place driver of $100,000. But still stuck in that battle for 3rd. 3 wide, look out, whoa, Salas. Chatham got together for a moment, still 3 wide off for 4. Everybody hanging on to their cars in the last seconds. 10 laps remaining here in the big block finale. Templeton with a send. Slides up on Wentz, takes 4th. Good counterback for the 118. On board beat Temp. Ooh, Wentz in the wall. See Templeton having to catch it a little bit. Decides to keep her up high. Would that be troublesome? Gives Wentz a little bumper. Isaac Salas wants the 2-for-1 discount. Leads on Wentz. T. Templeton up in the wall. 8 laps to go. Schatzer does go 2-for-1. Templeton in the wall once more, and he's got wheel damage. Right front is gone off the 31. He doesn't know it until now. This will likely be a yellow. And it's not what you want if you're Trevor Giroux. Templeton trying to limp it off the track, though. He's going to try and keep her straight. Get it, stop it and get it towed immediately. But we've got a race for the lead still with 6 laps to go. And Joseph Grandy has caught up to your top 2. Templeton still with no yaw. That could be troublesome for the leaders. Templeton still trying to limp it back to the pits. No caution just yet. Wow. Great job from Templeton to limp it back without getting into anyone. That's a risky move. 5 laps to go. Salas also trying to fight for a podium spot. It's as far from over here. Schatzer still trying. Giroux doesn't have it yet. Giroux's trying to pull away. 4 laps to go. In the wall once more. Quickest car on track, the man in 4th, Isaac Salas. But I think he needs a yellow to get back into this one. 3 to go in the season finale. What a great way to close out the fall season. Grandy underneath your top 2, gone to the bump at Port Royal. Ooh, contact between Grandy and Salas. Both of them hang on. Up the track nearly, Giroux. Schatzer lifting. 2 laps to go. Nobody gonna give a single inch. Here comes Schatzer for the lead. No, the caution flag waits. Hold the phone. Reynolds and Pomelo got together. And that should take us into a green-white checkered, as I believe we had 2 laps to go. Yeah, Bachman got into Dean Reynolds off the track with the 007. Ooh, man, Pomelo upside down. A very weird incident, to say the least. Right on board with Dino. Got Bachman right behind him, and the FTM debacle at it once again. On board Pomelo, who this is probably the weirdest flip we've seen today. Look at that. So we are going to overtime. What a way to end the season. Now this is going to be tough here in the end for Schatzer, because I always say the leader always gets a freebie lap when we have a single file restart. How will it go here? Here we come back to green. If we get a yellow before the white, we'll do overtime one more time. If we get a white, the checkered flag will end this race. No more yellows. Giroux trying to hang on and win for the third time of the big blocks. Kurt Schatzer looking for his first win of the season. We're back to green. What a jump for Giroux. Probably the best restart for the Philly Flyer today. And maybe all season. Grandy up on the bumper of the 218. Not what he wants to deal with right now. The 518 though in the wall. This battle for a podium spot on the line is going to come down to the wire. Final lap underway for Trevor Giroux. Not over yet. Schatzer pulls up to the doorstep. Does he have a chance? Contact, that may do it. Schatzer hangs on and saves it. Grandy moves up to second. And they make their way through 3 and 4. 100 grand up in the wall. A battle for second, but in front of them, oh man, Trevor Giroux with the win. Grandy second. Schatzer third. Salas fourth. Chattel fifth. What a phenomenal ending for your top 4 drivers. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, Anthony Morano had the championship one going on in. We'll talk with Morano in just a matter of moments. Biggest mover tonight, up 12 spots, is Scott Rayome after starting last. Good recovery from Salas tonight to finish in 4th. That's a look at your top 10. And the rest of the field, heartbreak probably would have to be Zach Chapman in that accident. But a great night of racing. Good way to close out 2024 this year. Alrighty. We got 2 of your 3. We're going to bring in our race winner, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. Trevor, man, that was not easy at the end. How were you able to hang on?
I think honestly that late race yellow there kind of saved my you know what. Yeah, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to get a jump there on the restart, being the leader, and then yeah, I mean those guys were coming. They were much faster. I was just hanging on by the skin of my teeth there. This was probably one of the most demanding racetracks I've ever raced on. It was bumpy, and I just couldn't find anything. I mean, those guys were running the top way better than I could. I just don't have the skill to run the top like Joseph and Kurt and Salas there. Those guys were coming.
So you don't think you would have been able to hang on if we went green for those 2 laps without that yellow?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I could have maybe played some good defense, but it's hard to say. I think that yellow kind of saved my butt there.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Just gotta thank all the guys at Venom here, and It's nice to end the season here on a high note, and no championships, but 2 wins for Venom to close it out here. So proud of the team, proud of Isaac, and just thank Dean Reynolds of Super Dirt Car Series for coming on board this season again and parking him in victory lane, I think 5 times this season. So thank you, Dino, for everything, and Big Tim Race Wraps, Marty, you guys, you for doing the broadcast, everybody at C2C, and Lambton Diesel Specialist. Yeah, and I just want to give a big shout out to Anthony there for sweeping Thursday night. I mean, he deserves it. He's becoming one of the best to ever do it in here, and it's hard to compete with him. So I think I finished second in both. So to do that, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the way I conducted myself all season long, and to get a few wins and to finish second to him, we'll definitely take it.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on the win, and we'll talk to you hopefully 2 weeks from now. Have a great week 14. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Marty. Take care, eh?
Trevor Giroux, your race winner tonight, hanging on in those final few laps. And let's go to second place finisher Joseph Grandy. Joseph, how much fun was that battle there in the final laps before the yellow came out?
Yeah, it was fun. Had a quick car. I think me and Isaac were probably the quickest there. Got a little incident there in the beginning of the race. Got sent back a little, and tried working my way back up, and that's what I did, I guess.
We were looking at the 5-lap average on lap 20, and you had the best car without question. Did you want that last yellow flag to come out, or no? Did you feel like you had a good shot by passing both of them in the final 2 laps?
I would have rather had it stay green, yeah, because the yellow resets everything, and then you got Isaac right behind me, and he could pass all 3 of us in one corner, So.
Well, hey, nevertheless, a great recovery from early in the race. You started 9th, you finished 2nd. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Catalytic Recovery, West End Towing Repair, Highline Photography, all the guys over at Inferno, my beautiful girlfriend Olivia, all the guys at Coast to Coast, and you, Marty, for doing the broadcast.
All righty, man. Great job tonight. Have a great week 14. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, man.
Joseph Grandy finishing 2nd. And now we round out the podium here with Kurt Schatzer. Kurt, that one has got to be tough. So close to the win, not just once, but twice. What more did you need?
Well, for one more, didn't need that yellow to come out there at that end of that race. I think I might have had him coming off of 4 there, but who's to say there? Trevor's fast. He could have came up with something in 1 and 2 to hold me off. But yeah, man, it was a lot of fun tonight.
Where did you feel your car was better compared to Giroux?
It depends. 1 and 2, we were both pretty quick up top. I mean, we were both catching the wall quite a bit. That would scrub some of our speed. But 3 and 4, it was kind of middle, bottom. He was trying to move around, change lines a little bit, and depending on what he did, I could track him down pretty good. But I don't know. Just yellow came out the wrong time, I guess. But all in all, I'm happy to get a podium. It's been a little while here.
You brought something up as well, that this was a lot of fun. That was a lot of good hard racing we saw. Then that caution flag coming out in the end, that was kind of a tough break though. But still, after that restart, a lot of great racing at the checkered flag.
Oh yeah, I was spinning that whole. I made a slight contact with Trevor coming out of 4, and it had me a little bit sideways and scrubbed all my momentum, and then I just jumped on the gas, and we were 3 wide, and Grandy got by me pretty easy there, and then Isaac was just getting ready to walk right by me, and then we kind of got door to door a little bit and kind of slowing each other down, and luckily I made it back to the line before him, but I knew it was going to be tough with both of them lining up on that last restart behind me. Yeah, I felt like I had a quick car in both races, the 358, the big blocks. Just heartbreaking there a little bit with that yellow coming out the wrong time, but these guys are pretty quick, so I'm just happy to get a podium with them guys.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Yeah, got to thank Jay with Dirt Track Bank, everything they do to support racers all around the country. Joe with Got Your 6 Racing Network with Friday Night Lights. And if anybody looking for an extra lead, come on over and check them out on Hammer Down Racing, Brandon Templeton, Brian Dickens, and you guys coast to coast, everybody coming out and racing, everybody watching at home. Yeah.
Alrighty, man. Thanks for the time. Great job tonight. We'll talk to you about 2 weeks from now.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty. Kurt Schatzer rounding out the podium. But let's get to the man of the hour. Let's talk to him. He's your champion and not just the 358s of the big blocks. Anthony Morano gets it done. Anthony, before I get to the question I think everyone wants to know, first off, how does it feel getting both those championships on Thursday?
It feels pretty good. I mean, I got the Open Championship on Monday night, the matinee this afternoon, and thankfully I had a good enough lead going into tonight with my wheel kind of crapping out on me that I got saved by drops. So, it's not something you expect to do when you start up any season. I mean, it's one of those things, oh, hey, that'd be amazing if I can get away with it. And just able to put a good, consistent season together, stayed up front, stayed out of trouble, and paid out.
What happened tonight? We saw the car, I think, broke. I was watching in car. The steering wheel was freaking out on it. Was it a broken wheel or something?
Fanatec decided I needed to do a firmware update at the start of the 358 feature. So
Really?
I couldn't talk in Discord. I couldn't talk in game. And all of a sudden I see my name pops up in game trying to talk. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I backed out and I did the update, and now neither one of my wheels work. So I have no clue what's going on.
Well, thank goodness you already clinched the championships from last week, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully I can get it back together for league I'm in tomorrow night and see what's going on here.
What's this year been like for you as a whole in the modifieds? Dominating many of the races here all season long.
I mean, a lot of it comes down to my teammates with FTM. We do spend a lot of time in the modifieds and trying to figure stuff out, and especially like Monday nights with the open setup stuff and Gunderson charts, Swan Speed Shop, always, asking us what we can do to make the car better and what we can do with this and what we can do with that. It's amazing how much stuff goes into setup stuff, but most of the year was just avoiding all the trouble. If you started in the back, it was kind of there's always a bit of taking your life in your own hands back there. I know a few times I had to run through it, but it was a bit treacherous, but it worked out. I think I only finished outside of the top 10 in all three divisions like 2 or 3 times total, so can't really complain about that. But it takes work to get up there and win championships. You got a lot of good guys in here, and I think Trevor finished second in both, and I know Bachman was right there with me and Trevor. So, like I said, it takes a lot of work to be able to get up to the front and stay there.
Well, a great run, great championship win. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I got to thank my wife. All these boys over here at FTM helped me out. Dean at Super Dirt Car, Logan at High Mom Lens, Gunderson Chart, Swan Speed Shop, DJ Sim Shop, Expert Installation, Castleberry Flagstone, MDI TV, GripHack.com, Bowman's Designs, Marty, you and Shaggy for doing the broadcast for us each week. Regency Home Inspections, Justified for what they do, sponsoring the division so it can be broadcasted and everyone behind the scenes at Coast to Coast.
Well, man, congratulations on this championship, even with what you had to go through tonight. Hopefully that Fanatec wheel is up to date by the time you come back in 2 weeks.
Oh, man, I hope so. Thanks a lot, Marty.
Anthony Morano is your 358 and big block champion. Congratulations to him on getting the job done. With that being said, that is going to do it. We hope you enjoy the 2024 season just as much as we did. It's been a great time. We cannot wait for 2025 in the next few weeks. So that'll do it for us. Here tonight on behalf of the Coast to Coast Racing Network, all the fine drivers and sponsors, Roger Craig, Roger Craig and his great group of admins. I'm Maurice Callis saying so long. Congrats to your winners tonight. Isaac Salas in 358s, Trevor Drew in the big blocks, and your champion, Anthony Morano, in both divisions. So long, everyone.